Welcome to Tech Safety Canada. In this video, we'll be discussing stalking and unwanted surveillance. Unwanted surveillance can occur in a variety of ways. For example, your ex may have hidden an Apple AirTag in your car or in your child's backpack in order to be able to track your location. Someone may have installed stalkerware on your phone in order to monitor your communication and location. Your old roommate might be using your smart home technology to harass you by watching your movement through your home's smart security cameras, turning on your music in the house via your smart speakers, or changing the temperature of your smart thermometer. Your partner may force you to share your location on your phone so they can see where you are at all times. If you've experienced these types of harms, there are several laws and legal supports that are available to you. In Canada, under the Criminal Code, there's a variety of laws that might apply to stalking or unwanted surveillance. The most common law that applies to stalking is criminal harassment. This includes repeated unwanted communication that causes a person to cause fear. There's other examples of criminal code provisions that may apply, such as uttering threats, criminal defamation, extortion, which is when someone threatens you to make you do something you don't want to do, intimidation, or voyeurism, which is someone who secretly films you for a sexual purpose or when you're nude, engaged in sexual activity, or in a place where it would be reasonably expected that you would be nude or engaged in sexual activity. If you want to report a crime, you can report it to your local police station. You'll want to bring in evidence that you have to support your complaint. You may want to contact a local victim service organization for support. They can help explain the legal system to you and perhaps help you prepare for the complaint that you'll bring to the police. Once you file a criminal law complaint, if the person is found guilty, the court may sentence them to time in jail, probation, or make an order for the accused to stop communicating with the victim. However, even if a person is found guilty, they may not always face jail time. There's also the option for civil law. Civil laws are laws that protect you from harms against other people. In Canada, there are several provinces that have specific provincial privacy acts that allow a person to sue another person if they've invaded their privacy. There's also a variety of common law torts, which are rules around what you are and aren't able to do. So, for example, there are privacy torts, such as the intrusion upon seclusion, that you can file a complaint when someone has accessed your private information in a way that violates your privacy. There's also torts for the infliction of mental distress, intimidation, and depending on the province that you live in, for harassment or online harassment. In Quebec, they use a slightly different system, where their rules are all found within their civil code or the Charter of Human Rights and Freedoms. Under those two legal actions, there's protections against things like harms to privacy, integrity, reputation, and dignity. If you plan on filing a civil lawsuit, you may want to contact a law firm or a lawyer to help you. There are instructions on how to file a civil suit that are available on the website of your provincial or territorial court system. Again, like a criminal case, you'll want to collect the evidence that you need to prove your claim. If you're successful in your case, the court may order monetary damages, which are money to be paid to you for the harm you experienced, or perhaps make an injunction, which is an order for the content to be taken down or deleted, or other actions that they would order the person to do. On techsafety.ca, you can find information that will help you file your legal complaints. First, you'll find useful information on preserving digital evidence on the Preserving Digital Evidence Toolkit section of our websites. This toolkit provides practical information on how to collect evidence through things like screenshots or what type of metadata or personal contact information you'll need to collect to prove the harms that were caused against you. Also, if you'd like more detailed information on legal remedies available for victims of technology-facilitated gender-based violence, you can look at this section of the website. It explains in more detail the differences between filing a civil and criminal complaint and goes into more detail about the various legal remedies available. There's also technical supports available to you. It's recommended that you check your devices and accounts in order to protect yourself from surveillance. You can do things like update your passwords with complex passcodes and use two-step verification where possible to ensure you are the only person who's able to access your accounts. You'll want to remove all other recognized devices from your email and app accounts to make sure that the only devices that are able to access your email and apps are yours and you are the only person who's able to get into them. You'll want to check your devices for stalkerware, tracking apps, or keyloggers to see whether someone's monitoring your communication and behaviors on your devices. You'll want to remove other users from your shared devices, shared calendars, location sharing options, and smart home devices to ensure that they're not using access to those things to figure out what it is that you're doing or to be able to spy on you. It can be helpful to remove location identification from posts or photos that you make on social media so people can't locate where you are. You may want to turn off location services on the apps on your phone and try and use secure and encrypted messaging apps like Signal. And you should use a cover on your computer or phone's camera lenses in order to make sure that no one is hacking into your cameras and is able to spy on you. There's information available on techsafety.ca on how to do all of these things. However, before you decide to make changes to your devices or accounts, you'll want to make a safety plan. If someone is monitoring you, you'll want to assess the benefits and risks to making changes. If you make changes, it might alert the abuser that you're aware that they're watching you, and it might lead to an escalation of abuse. You'll want to speak with a victim service worker to make sure that you have a digital safety plan in place before you make decisions on how to change your devices or accounts. There's also a variety of supportive organizations where you can learn more about safety and privacy planning and to learn more about this type of information. Our website, techsafety.ca, has a variety of toolkits that can help you plan and help you set out your safety and privacy guidelines for your digital devices and applications. As mentioned before, there's information on preserving digital evidence and various legal remedies that are available in the Canadian context. And if you're working with a young person who's experiencing some form of digital dating violence that might involve surveillance, there's a section on how to support that young person through that experience. Additionally, there's a variety of websites available across Canada and the United States that have extremely important and helpful information. If you're at all concerned that you have stalkerware on your phone, you may want to look at the Clinic to End Tech Abuse or the Coalition Against Stalkerware. They have information on how you might be able to detect whether stalkerware or tracking apps are on your phone. Chain International has an excellent guide to how to be safe online and how to determine whether you're being monitored. Additionally, if you'd like to engage in privacy and security planners, there's a wide variety of organizations that provide detailed plans on how to make sure that your devices and accounts are both private and secure. You can visit websites such as Citizen Lab, Get Cyber Safe, EFF, GenderSec, PEN America Online, and Trollbusters for information on those security planners. Again, techsafety.ca also has helpful privacy and security planners on its website. Thank you so much for watching this video, and a big thank you to our funders for sponsoring this video.